What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another solo leveling Arise video. All right, folks, happy Saturday. Got some news for you. First off, I want to say a big shout out to NKS, who is a content creator. I'll put his description in the video. I don't know if these are real. Let's call them predictions, right? I'm going to use the word predictions because we don't want to use the other word that you use in the bathroom because it's a little bit, dangerous around this time of year. But I do want to talk a little bit about what's been found and discuss a little bit about the upcoming WOBL, and this may help you guys prepare a little bit in regards to what to expect. Now remember, just like any other predictions, Miss Cleo, myself, could be wrong about my psychic abilities, so take this with somewhat of a grain of salt, but obviously we hope these are real because these are files in the game that have been found. So let's talk a little bit about WOBL and what you can expect going forward. And then I want to do a follow-up video later on today about how to set up your Sorin and your Meilin to get ready for Cha. I will talk a little bit about Cha and the gear you should be looking for in this video, so make sure you keep an eye out for that. Now, real quick, I know a lot of you guys, before I start, have been asking about the Content Creator Program and some codes. I do want to point this out real quick, that if you did not extend, many of you guys did not clearly, we went from 10K to about 5K supporters, so half of you guys left, or forgot to extend most likely. Unfortunately, the codes will not apply to you anymore. There is one current code sitting around. If you did miss out on that, then unfortunately you'll have to wait till May 7th when you can resupport, and then I'll send you the code. That might only give you like 1 day for that last code. But the code is 300k gold and 3 gate keys. So just in case you missed that, that is what the code is. This is why we try to remind you guys to extend as much as possible. All right, now let's talk about it. First off, YOGUMUNT. So the Workshop of Brilliant Light, the new one coming out, is going to have, and this is always a little bit awkward here when you stand beside your doppelganger, is going to have HP recovery. All right, so that's going to be a feature that the monsters will have. Some of the bosses will have it. So you need a character that can prevent that from happening. Now we don't know what the actual we don't know what the actual which bosses will have it. We know for a fact YOGUMUNT does have it during a break phase in very hard mode. So you're going to have to bring a character that does unrecoverable. So either you're going to have to bring the regular Cha, which of course she does have that in her skill set, or the new Cha has it as well, right? And whenever you do unrecoverable, you guys can see right here on my screen that is an ability. Let me move this out of the way. Whoops, right there. That is an ability to stop the opponent from recovering HP. So that's going to be a skill that the new Cha, the Water Cha, will have as well too. Okay, so that's something you're going to need to bring. So it looks like no matter which way you look at it, unless Leonard has that ability, Cha is going to be a mandatory unit in this, especially if they decide to say this Workshop of Blessing Light, or Brilliant Light, sorry, is going to be strong against fire, then you can't bring Kanae, or not Kanae, sorry, Yusuyun, or anybody else that does have that kind of ability. So Cha is going to look like she's going to be a mandatory unit to have in this WOBL. So that alone makes her pretty much a must-have unit, okay? Now, apparently, another thing that this WOBL may have as well too is very high crit resistance monsters. So you know how the last one we had very high defense? Well, it looks like they might be taking another page out of that book and giving everybody the ability to do high crit resistance. Now, if you don't know this, the new Cha is actually built with very high crit and crit damage, but she also may, and this is not 100% confirmed, but this might have been found somewhere, she also may have an ability also to reduce the crit resistance on monsters. So that's another reason why Cha may be a must-have for this specific one, okay? Everyone else that's high crit abilities, like Mirai, for example, and stuff, might actually be nullified because of this. So if this is actually true, and the monsters do have high crit resist, and there's a debuff that Cha brings in order to reduce that, this right here, for example, is going to be a problem because all the high crit rate that she has and the high crit damage that she has, Mirai specifically, is not going to be valid. So the win team might actually end up becoming the light team in this case with the way they're building this WOBL. And again, this is not unbelievable only because of what they did with the last WOBL with the high defense pen. This might be their new gimmick, which is high crit resistance, right? Now, total power. This is an important one. A lot of you guys have been asking. Again, remember, this is information that I have from a source that is, of course, unidentified here to protect them. We might be looking at this, okay? So 965 to 900, so 900 to 965 might be easy mode, okay? So you might see normal mode here become easy mode, essentially. This right here is actually going to be normal mode, all right? But it might not, it might go to exactly 1.3. Now, if this is the case, hard mode most likely, because we don't have any information on that yet, hard mode most likely, you can assume will start at the lower 1.7s, will probably go closer to about 1.95 to 2 million. Okay, so get yourself prepared. Now, as a free-to-play player, as a veteran free-to-play player, I'm currently working on all of my TP, right? And currently I sit at battle tier 156, 1775. So I feel like I can probably hit 1.8 before. You know what? I might be able to even to hit 1.85 before hard mode comes out, but I don't know how much further I can go depending on how generous the game is going to be in that version, okay? So keep that in mind. All right, so you're going to need a good balance between damage and defense, especially with the characters that prevent healing. These characters also might prevent healing as well, too, so keep that in mind. So you are not going to be able to bring a very squishy team according to this. So that's another big deal as well, too. That's why I think they've made Cha defense scaling. So because the win team is very, very much a attack-based team right now, with Mirai being a very big glass cannon, Hansimi being of course HP based, and if you have Goto, he's also HP based, you might end up being squished fairly quickly because of that, okay? So keep that in mind, that you will need a higher defensive team. That's probably why they're making Cha the main unit for this. All right, so just so everyone's aware, that's another one. Now, a couple different things about Cha. Let's talk about Cha real quick here, because I think a lot of you guys will want to know this. Number one, as I alluded to, she has very high crit rate and crit damage in her abilities. I've already talked about this. We all know this, right? She's got unrecoverable on enemies, preventing them from recovering HP. The same as the current Cha, but hers might be a little bit more of an AoE, so I'm not 100% sure if that part's true. It still might be single target, might be AoE, we'll see, but she does have unrecoverable as well. Now, here's one thing, though, that I've been saying all along. To build Cha up, and I've been doing this right now, I'm going to tell you guys what artifacts you're going to need, and this kind of confirmed it a little bit for me. So first off, you're going to want to build Obsidian, okay? So first off, for her gear, you absolutely want to build Obsidian as her accessories if you plan to make for single target enemies, right? So look at this. This is my current Cha, my bracers. Right, so I've been working on this. I'm currently working on getting her right here. I think this is her defense one. I'm going to give her this for that. I'm currently looking for better two other pieces that I'm looking for, right? So I might end up giving her this as well. So this is going to be her earrings. So I need one more piece to complete the Obsidian set. And then in terms of her actual gear, she does scale a lot off of her skills. Her skills are her primary thing. So you're going to definitely want to build a 4-piece or 8-piece Chaotic Infamy, which of course boosts your skill damage, right? You guys can see here, I've actually been, this is an attack one, unfortunately. I try to get a defense, but hey, it is what it is. You end up wanting to at least build a 4-piece. So 4-piece Infamy, 4-piece Obsidian, and then 8-piece if you want to obviously do POD with her and do Guild Boss. And then also you want to build Iron Will set. So those sets are absolutely must-haves, and I'm currently working on my Iron Will set. I've got pretty good pieces so far for her, but still working on a few others. There's a defense piece right there. This piece, hold on, where's my helmet? This piece here is probably going to go to her as well. I'm going to give her this Thomas piece, and then I have to work on boots. That's the only one I'm missing right now, is just the boots one. So those are the sets you absolutely want to build for her, okay? So she does rely a lot on her basic skills as her primary source of damage, not her ultimate. So this is going to be nice for the defensive build for her. If she can do her ultimate enough times, this will be really, really good. But you absolutely want to build Infamy for sure, and maybe have Iron Will and Curse as a backup set. All right, just real quick. Now, she has high defense rate already as it is, so that might bring a lot of diminishing return to this as well, so keep that in mind. And again, as mentioned, she may have a feature that ignores critical hit resistance. That one there is still not 100% confirmed, but I did want to at least share that information with you guys so you know what to expect. And that one there is the only one that we're not 100% sure about. And if she does in case have that, then she is going to be 100% a must-have unit in this game. All right, folks, there you guys have it. Next video coming up, we will talk about how to use the water team with the brand new Cha, how to build your Soren, how to build your Mei Lin, and the rotation you want to use. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, put that notification on. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.